Good morning. I'm so glad that you made it back. So in our last session, we discovered the root cause underlining the one thing we battle with most on a day-over-day basis, even hour by hour, if not even minute by minute basis. What is it? Yeah, you remember procrastination. And we learned procrastination has nothing to do with discipline, work ethic, our character, purpose, goals, or whether we have a compelling why or not. And it has nothing to do with what we know to do, which is why the smart people at the Procrastination Research Group said, quote, procrastination is essentially irrational, and it doesn't make sense to do something you know is going to have negative consequences. She adds, but people engage in this irrational cycle of chronic procrastination because of an inability to manage negative moods and emotions around a task. So, procrastination isn't so much about our ability to manage time, but it's actually a form of escapism, a way to cope with challenging emotions brought on by a certain task. Emotions like boredom, anxiety, insecurity, frustration, resentment, self-doubt, and the like. It is one of life's great ironies, isn't it? We procrastinate to avoid negative feelings like stress, but we end up feeling worse like regret and shame because we procrastinated. How do you like that? Would you like to end this horribly corruptive cycle? End it right here? End it right now? Are you up for that? If you are, say, hell yeah! Hell yeah. Okay, great. I'll assume that you said hell yeah. Well, here's the good news before I give you the 3 methods. The good news is we don't need to fix you. You're fine as is. We don't need to do any child regression. We don't need to heal all your emotional wounds from childhood. We don't need to repair your psychic scars from past failures, broken promises, or unachieved ambitions. You can start using these 3 methods right now, right where you are, and immediately on your next task. How about that? Good news, right? Okay, here goes. The first and most important thing to start off with is forgive and forget. What is. What's done is done. Just shut the front door on the past and move on from here. This day, this hour, this minute, forward. The past doesn't matter. The canvas is wiped clean. It's fresh, it's unscarred, it's ready to be created anew. Stop beating yourself up about the past. Thoughts such as, I should have started earlier, or I always procrastinate, I'm such a loser, will only make matters worse. Research shows that forgiving yourself for past procrastination will help you stop putting off working on a task going forward. Here's all I want you to do when you realize the emo monster, your emotions, has been sabotaging you with distraction, redirection, and misdirection, keeping you busy, but away from the hard work, the real work, the vital work, essentially to those that are essential to making progress on your goals. The only way to stop that vicious emotional cycle is to take a deep breath and say, now what? That's it. You don't need to fix anything. You don't have to understand why you have been procrastinating, what deep emotional trauma or wound is stemming from this. No navel gazing required. Just catch yourself and stop the cycle with one deep breath and a decision. Now what? Then next, make that decision super small. All you need to do is take one little baby step, one itsy bitsy teeny weeny tiny step on the vital project that you're supposed to be working on. You're not committing to working on it for an hour or 90 minutes or half the day. Just 3 minutes, okay? That's it. 3 minutes is all you're gonna commit to. Here's the key here. Don't get ready. Don't get yourself prepared. Don't wait until you're in the right mood. Those are all stall tactics that your emo monster uses to delay and to pull you back into procrastination. No, just start wherever you are. You're only committing to 3 minutes right now. It could be as simple as opening up that Word doc, giving it a title, and starting the first sentence or two. Or opening up your Keynote software, making the initial title slide and slide number 1. Or opening up that planner and putting the date and time at the top, jotting down your first idea, even if it's a bad one, just start writing. Or opening up that budgeting Excel spreadsheet, titling it, and inserting your first formula. 3 minutes, that's all. Here's what you will find. Those 3 minutes will lead you forward and often take you through an hour or 2 of productive work. You see, the hardest part of accomplishing any project is starting. Starting is the hardest. In the journey of 1,000 miles, it is the first step that is the hardest. Breaking that initial inertia, that is the hardest part of motion. But once you're in motion, motion tends to continue. Motivation and momentum follow action. Dang. There is a ton of statements right there that are great for your Darren Daily Journal. If you didn't capture them, rewind and go grab them. This is why you have to make that first action as teeny, tiny, easy peasy as possible so that you can make it quick with no friction and no mental or emotional negotiation required. Just start. 3 minutes only, wherever you are, whenever you realize that procrastination has grabbed you. And that's number 2. Here's number 3. You have to make what you want to do, need to do, should do in order to achieve what you want easy to do. Things like blocking and chunking. Blocking dedicated times on your schedule that are non-negotiable and uninterruptible. And chunking your project down into bite-sized, easy wins. And most especially, making it hard to do all those things that tempt you, seduce you, pull you, distract you, and derail you from doing those things that you want to, need to, and should be doing. You know this, but you have to continually re-engineer your environment to root out all the temptations on your weakness, those escape hatches your emo monster uses to help you delay and procrastinate. Leave your phone in the other room. Shut your door. Put on noise-canceling headphones. Log off of that damn Slack. Take your email offline. Turn off Wi-Fi if you have to, or go work at a library or offline somewhere if you have to. This does not have to be complicated. Here's all you're trying to do. Eliminate all the potential inputs and tugs on your attention from the outside world. Everything, if you can be distracted by anything, even one thing, the emo monster will win. It's not a matter of if, only how quickly, and most often it will be before you make any progress on the thing that you have emotional struggle with to begin with. You know all this already, but based on your experience of this in a day-to-day of your whole life's results up to this point, you know you are still struggling with this. But if you just use these 3 ways to manage and mitigate your emotions, the actual root cause of your procrastination, then you can keep the emo monster at bay and make huge strides on your vital work, unleash your greater potential, and obtain those big, hairy, and audacious goals that you have. It's as simple as this. 1, forgive. 2, act. 3 minutes, that's it. And then 3, continue to make the bad hard and the good easy. Incidentally, this is what makes Insane Productivity so special and unlike any productivity training available. It is not about time management. It is about self-management and self-mastery. Understand that discipline, willpower, and self-control fails 100% of the time, over time. The only way to gain mastery over yourself is to eliminate the need for discipline, willpower, and self-control, to render them unnecessary and obsolete. Insane Productivity teaches you how to set up a high-performance environment, yearly, quarterly, monthly, weekly, and daily methods of operation. You can learn the complete success vital system inside. You want to systemize the ordinary to free up your attention and talent for the extraordinary. You want to systemize the predictable so that you can deliver on the exceptional. People complain about the lack of control or freedom that they have, yet in the same breath, discount the value of well-designed systems. Freedom requires structure. Structure is what makes freedom possible. Structure liberates creativity. It allows it to flourish. Operational excellence that powers creative high performance requires a baseline operating structure. Then on top of that, your human capacity is free to fly. I don't believe Insane Productivity is open for enrollment right now, but I highly suggest that you get yourself on the early notification list so that you could be alerted the next time a class opens. It is the most comprehensive, world-class, and actionable productivity and self-mastery course available anywhere. I know, because the best of what is out there was distilled into and delivered in there. I've done all the hard work for you, but the choice to take advantage of it is up to you. And if you are up for ending procrastination today and forevermore, write #NoMoProcrastination in the comments below.